Welcome to the season finale here in the Houston Oilers franchise. The Oilers have 2 games remaining here in season number 2. As we face the Colts and the Cardinals, the Colts will be on the road. And they are a team we faced at the end of last season as well. They are 7-8 this year. And the Cardinals are 4-11. The Cardinals look like they are competing for another top draft pick as they had the number 3 pick in the draft this past offseason. The Colts, on the other hand, made the playoffs, going 1 game over 500 last season, and now they're just around the same record here, and we could make them worse than they were last year with a win today. But they still do have Anthony Richardson. Jonathan Taylor is still their lead back, but their receiving core is actually pretty bad. Michael Pittman Jr. is not their leading receiver this year. It's Jamal Agnew. I would have never seen this coming, to be honest with you, but he is leading their team in yardage by a whole lot. They have one of the worst rush defenses in the NFL. Matter of fact, they are dead last in rush defense. So we will try our best to achieve the goal of this first game of this doubleheader episode, and then we will cover the full game versus the Cardinals coming up in a little bit. But first, the Colts game. We start out this game running the football, and there's Antonio Gibson getting loose. Right now, he is number 2 in Best Running Back Award, and he won that award last season. We'll see if he can do it with the big couple of games here to end this episode and this season. As here is Gibson again getting loose to the right side. And now he's inside field goal range. We give it right back to him. Why throw the football when you're running like this? A big-time running lane. He's over 50 yards rushing on the opening drive here for the Oilers as we get it inside the 5. Now J-Ron McAllister giving Gibson a breather. It's a touchdown, and we do take the early lead. 7-0. Here's Anthony Richardson on the read option. Keeper, he puts it on the ground. It's Anthony Bishop getting this one, and he will take it for a touchdown. But taking a closer look who forces the fumble. It's the Defensive Rookie of the Year candidate in Dave Washington making a big play and making his case to win that award. It will be our first Rookie of the Year award winner in this series. But in the second quarter, here is Gibson looking to win a second straight award. He takes this one down the left sideline, and he will score, making it a 21-7 lead. Gibson has had these games where he has just went off in this series. It started out early in the series where he had a streak of 6 straight 100-yard games, and now here in Season 2, it looks like he's going to top that total. But here in the end of the first half into the second half, the Colts start to come back a little bit, and now we're getting a little worried as here we are running the football more, though. It's Gibson again, a big-time run to the right side. He's at 175 yards rushing with that carry. J-Ron McAllister says, let me get some of that as well. He runs over a defender and gets to about the 17-yard line. A big-time run here for the undrafted second-year player out of Wyoming. Actually, Montana. Here is Philip Waters keeping it. He's running the football well also, and he's inside the 10. Now handing it off to Antonio. It's a touchdown. And the Colts have literally no answer. They are the worst rush defense in the NFL for a reason. You can just see that's the strategy coming into this one. But here is Pittman getting involved, breaking a tackle from Bryce Hall. It's a touchdown, and the Colts do trim it to a 1-score game. But a lot of offense here for Houston on the ground in this one. Here is a play-action fake this time, though. Waters rolling to the right side, throwing down the football field, and he misses the rookie Callum McDermott for probably a big-time gain. We do settle for 3 on that drive. But now the Colts have one last possession here, down by 8. It's a 4th and 7. Anthony Richardson in the pocket. He goes down. He tries to throw the football away, but James Houston the 4th with the pressure, and we hold on to win this game at a final score of 34-29. And we didn't even have to throw the ball often. That throw you saw down the field from Callum McDermott was probably the longest attempt of the entire game. And Philip Waters only went 5 of 12 for less than 70 yards in this one, but we ran the football extremely well. Antonio Gibson, 19 for 188, and 2 touchdowns. J-Ron McAllister added a touchdown on the ground. And then what I wanted to see was Dave Washington have a big game. He had 0 sacks, but had 3 tackles for loss and that big forced fumble, which led to a touchdown. And I'm just hoping he has a great final game to hopefully jump up in that Rookie of the Year voting. Quite a few upgrades after that one. Trent Graham Jr., who was an undrafted free agent after season 1, he gets an upgrade. We want to keep adding to this defensive line, making sure they're having big games. Obviously, it hasn't amounted to like big-time sack totals, but you can just see at least some progress from season 1. We are making bigger plays than we did a year ago. I'm hoping that Dave Washington just can get this. Finally get a defensive player once again up to a superstar dev. Christian Barmore is the only player there right now. Dave Washington could make it there after a Rookie of the Year. And then Phillip Waters really didn't have to do much in that game, but he has an upgrade, and he is at 70 overall without morale. And looking at his numbers, I mean, they're pretty decent. That deep accuracy is definitely still an issue. Matt McCord, we acquired him at the trade deadline from the New York Giants. He gets an upgrade, and I haven't really seen a major impact from him. I think he's just really a depth piece. But even after that game, we are still second in Rookie of the Year voting behind Max James from the Bills. So we might need a very big game in order to catch Max James. But we'll see if we can do it. But Antonio Gibson does reclaim that spot, that top spot for the best running back. And then surprisingly, Micah Hyde is second with best DB in the AFC behind PS2 from the Broncos. We'll have to see if we can get multiple award winners. That would be pretty awesome. So now the headline game coming into this episode is versus the 4-12 Arizona Cardinals. A big reason why I wanted to play this game is because they drafted Chris Blackburn number 3 overall, a guy that I was really debating trading up for. It would have took at least 2 first-rounders more than likely. And he has not been healthy this season. Only has amounted to a few sacks on the year, and the last time he's played a game is week 7, and he returns today. Then there's LaMarcus Mills, who the Cardinals drafted later in the first round. We definitely had a chance to draft him. Instead, we took Kasey Burton, and LaMarcus Mills only has 2 sacks on the season and really hasn't gotten after the quarterback, and he's been healthy the entire season. So I'm very interested to see how these 2 guys perform in this game to kind of solidify if we made a mistake or we didn't in the draft. But here we go, our final game of this season number 2. I'm excited to get to the offseason. We are right now at 500, so a win puts us over with the same record we had in season 1, and a loss obviously makes us worse. So here we go. Let's get the final game underway as we kick this one deep to the Cardinals, and out comes Kyler Murray, who could also be playing his final game with the Arizona Cardinals. They could cut bait from that big-time contract. He hasn't made a difference, and it's amounted to 2 straight seasons where they're drafting in the top 5. So they might be looking for a change in the draft as they start out this one from their own 25. From the shotgun, there's a throw to the right side. That's DJ Chark, who is now a Arizona Cardinal. And there is Micah Hyde in coverage. He's going to have to make some big plays today in order to jump PS2 for the best DB in the AFC. Here is Kareem Hunt in the game, and he takes off down the right sideline, throwing off a defender as well. Kareem Hunt signed with the Cardinals in the offseason, and he has been their lead back so far this year. Here's a throw to left side. That's good coverage. Wow, Sidney Brown came over with a big hit. Bryce Hall was in coverage. That's incomplete. Now at the 33, under center now is Murray. Play action, throwing to the flats. It's going to be Kareem Hunt breaking 1 tackle and picking up a first down. Dave Washington was there in coverage, just couldn't get over there. He does have great speed as a linebacker, but that time it was just a tailor-made play for Hunt. Here he is with the carry to the right side, throwing a stiff arm and gets tackled out of bounds. Maybe a little bit late, and they will call an unnecessary roughness on Julian Okwara. I didn't think that was that bad, though, but they get it to the half-yard line now. At the 1, Kareem Hunt breaking a tackle. It's a touchdown. He's in. And the 4-12 Cardinals put together an excellent drive right there. And now we're going to have to answer with the rookie fourth rounder, Philip Waters, making his final impression here on our coaching staff and the GM going into next season. We'll see what happens here in his final game. Here is a little touch jet sweep pass to Jesse Fisher Jr., the undrafted rookie who I've really, really liked this year. Here's a handoff this time, and that is Antonio Gibson. I must mention that the Arizona Cardinals and the Colts are the two worst rush defenses in the league. So we're going to run the football heavy. Here's a read option keeper. Philip Waters gets a block, and that's going to be a first down, a gain of 12 on that one. Philip Waters is an interesting runner. I like to run with him. It's not that he's faster than DTR. It just seems like it's just easier to move with him. Maybe it's just that he is smaller. He's about 5'11", 6 feet. 3rd and 5. From the pocket, Waters goes deep. This one's an open man downfield. Antonio Gibson had a safety on him in coverage, and he absolutely burns him, but Waters can't hit him. So we punt the ball away here. As here's Arizona back out onto the field now. We send pressure at Kyler. Throw to the right side, and that's caught by Trey McBride. And Dave Washington is hurt. Maybe the worst thing that can happen today is that. To be honest, I need some stats from Washington. It looked like that was a non-contact play too. So now 1st and 10. This is a stretch play to Kareem Hunt, and there's Terrell Harvin, the rookie out of Oklahoma, defensive tackle, 4th rounder. He makes a pretty good impression on us this year. He's been making pretty good plays behind the line, but Kyler Murray answers right back with a first down throw to Marquise Hollywood Brown. I think the Cardinals could be going through a major rebuild this offseason, especially after drafting Blackburn and Mills. I think they're going to be building their offense up, probably getting rid of Kyler Murray, so we might see him in free agency also. But here, 3rd and 5, he tries to get rid of it, and it's a sack. Devin Bush gets to the quarterback, but pushes him into Dave Washington, so Washington gets credited for the half sack on that one. So they do punt the ball away as we start this next drive inside the 5, and Antonio Gibson gets a first down run to start it out on first down. They rush 4 this time. Waters tries to step up in the pocket, and he gets sacked by Fletcher Cox, who could be in his final year in the NFL. Who knows? 2nd and 11 now. Waters from the pocket, trying to find some space to throw the football. Nobody gets open. He throws this one out of bounds, and now it's a 3rd and 11. Looks like the pressure's right in his face, but he throws across the middle, and that's a catch by Marvin Mims Jr. for the first down. Our right guard, Matt Hennessy, got absolutely abused on that play. But it's a completion nonetheless. Here is Antonio Gibson finding some space down the right sideline, pushed out of bounds at the 27. There's a penalty flag on the play. They're just going to call a late hit on the defense, so we get that call back. They called it on Julian Okwara earlier. It only amounted to 1 yard anyway, but we get an extra 15 on that call. Here's a toss out of backfield. Gibson, he breaks the tackle. He's in for the touchdown. Antonio Gibson can do it all. He can run the football. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. A nice, easy throw right there from Waters. And the one difference between Waters and DTR is that Waters doesn't miss too many of the easy ones. So now here is Kyler Murray across the middle. He starts out the next drive with the completion, and that's Rondale Moore with the first down. His first catch of the game now. Kyler Murray throws across the middle, and that's going to be incomplete. DJ Chark was the intended target, but nonetheless, they're going to get an extra 15. It's going to be a roughing the passer on Christian Barmore. As now that puts them across the 50-yard line as they get it to a 5-wide situation now. Here's a quick throw. It's Trey McBride. And that's a first down. Now they're inside of field goal range to the 26. That would be the last play of the first quarter. Here's a deep shot down the right side, and it's Kasey Burton in coverage. And I'm not even sure he knocked that one out. It may have been just dropped. I'm not sure if Burton even got a hand on it. 2nd and 10, quick throw to the left side. It's McBride again. So a few catches by him on this drive, and that's Bryce Hall in coverage. And now they're inside the 10. Murray throws to the end zone on a 1st and goal. That's incomplete. Burton was there on the coverage. Good tight coverage on that. as they eventually get it to a 3rd and goal here at the 8. And here is Murray rolling to the right side. Going to try to scramble. He gets run down by Derek Copeland. Another rookie of ours. We had a ton of them in the 4th round. We had 5 draft picks in the 4th round. Copeland was one of them. So now back on the field after a field goal. Here is Antonio Gibson, 5 for 71 to start this game. Remember, he was at 175 plus last game. We'll see if he can get there again. Here's Gibson, another open hole, breaking a tackle, still on his feet, and he's now at 89 yards rushing. And wow, he might be over 100 in the first half again. Looks like Willie Wayne Jr. checks in at running back, the undrafted rookie this year. Here's a throw short. That's going to be caught by Allen Robinson. That brings it to a 3rd and 6 at the 39 now. Pressure getting 2 Waters. It's a screen pass called, but Zaven Collins sniffed that one out right away. It's a loss of 2, maybe 3. And that will actually push us out of field goal range. So we're going to line up to go for it here. It's a 4th and 8 at the 41. Here's a play action fake. Waters throws to Irv Smith, and it looks like he had inside position but could not come up with the pass. And Arizona takes back over on offense. So here's a quick throw to the right side. Trey McBride starts out the next drive with another catch. He's been tough to guard today. Now a 3rd and 3. They come out here with the 5 wide receiver set. Here's a quick throw. That one's caught, and it is DJ Chark. The one thing about this defense is that we have not been able to play zone coverage pretty much at all. But we send the pressure on a 1st and 10. Kyler Murray trying to get away, and it's Dave Washington who checks back in. At least the injury wasn't a long-term one, and he gets the half sack credit on that one. And now it is 3rd and 9 as they eventually get 1 yard. Murray rolls to left side again. He's running out of real estate. He goes down. It's Washington again. And he only gets credit for the half sack, but he does get a whole tackle for loss credit. So hopefully that helps out his stat sheet a little bit. So here we go back out onto the field down by 3. Here's a shot down the left sideline. That's caught. It's going to be Jesse Fisher Jr., the undrafted speedster, and he picks up the 1st down. We haven't had to throw the ball too much today, but here we are under 2 minutes, trying to air it out. Waters goes deep. He's got, Fisher Jr., and that one will fall to the ground. And those are the throws that we just have to work on there. We've had a lot of those this year. We just haven't been able to convert. Here's Gibson, though, showing the patience, and look at that one. That's a gain of 10. What a great run right there. And he's over 100 yards as well. 3rd and inches. Here's a throw right back to him. He's got Zaven Collins guarding him, and that's a mismatch all day long. He gets to the 14, and now it's about 1.5 minutes to go. And the Oilers are within scoring range. We can use a lot of clock on this one now. But here is pressure off the edge. That's Chris Blackburn getting after the quarterback. And that's what I wanted to see out of Blackburn. Can he really show what he can do as that number 3 overall pick? And he may be showing us that maybe we should have traded up for him. Who knows? 3rd and 13. Here is Waters stepping up in the pocket. He just takes off. Fletcher Cox hits him from behind. And we will settle for 3 on that drive. As we enter the first half, it's a pretty even matchup in this one. It's 10-10. We'll see what the second half holds. So here we go in the second half. Philip Waters could be playing his last 2 quarters as our starting quarterback. Who knows? Here's a handoff, though, to Antonio Gibson, still fighting. 10 for 127 on the ground for Antonio Gibson. That superstar X Factor is looking really, really good right now. Here's a handoff, though, to the left side, and there is Blackburn again. You can see he's having an impact stopping the run and rushing the passer today. And now that brings it to a 3rd and 10. Here's a throw across the middle. That one is Allen Robinson, just 1 yard short. And it's the last game of the season. We're going to go for it here. Normally, I might actually punt it away, but we're going to go for it. Gibson picks it up with ease. The way we're running the football, that one had a great chance of converting. And now we're inside of field goal range. We eventually get it inside the 20. Here's a play action fake now. Here's a throw to the right side. That's going to be Marvin Mims on the sideline, and he catches it. And he's got a knee in bounds, and now it's 1st and goal. Only his 2nd catch of the day. So here is Waters now. Play action fake. Waters takes it himself, and he will score. A touchdown for number 11, number 5 on the ground on the season for Waters. And he's got some mobility, and he does give us the 7-point lead with that drive. So here we go back on defense. We'll see if we can get one more sack at least for Washington. Here's a throw across the middle, and that one is completed to DJ Chark. But the refs are going to call another late hit, and it's roughing the passer. And now they get it inside just about the 21-yard line. Here is Murray going deep. This one is going to be caught. It's Rondale Moore. Touchdown. All 5'9", 5'8" of Rondale Moore goes up and gets it over our number 1 draft pick, Kasey Burton. And now it is 17 all. So here's Waters back on the field, stepping up in the pocket, throwing to the left side, and that one is almost intercepted. I want to take a look at our offensive line on this play. They did have a clean pocket for a little bit, but then the pressure started to come around the edge, and that's kind of been an issue this year. I mean, there just haven't been many clean pockets to throw the football, but Waters does get rid of it with that quick release. And it does amount to a punt, but I think interior offensive line and D-line are going to be a big thing in the offseason. But here is Kyler Murray finding DJ Chark to the 5. Touchdown! A quick strike for the Cardinals. And wow, Micah Hyde gives up a very big play on that wheel route. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, the Cardinals are up by 7. So here is Gibson now trying to run the football, and that one's only going to be a gain of 3. We have to start throwing the ball now that we're down. Waters, throw across the middle, and more pressure. I mean, our guards are just not having a great season this year. And also Terrence Steele at right tackle, he's not doing too well either. It's a 3rd and 7. Quick throw across the middle, and that's short, and it's caught. But we're going to have to punt this one away. 4th and 2 on our own territory. We give it back to Kyler. Here he throws on the left side, and that one will be incomplete. Kyler maybe a little bit out of the pocket right there, pressure by Barmore. And now it is 3rd and 8. Can we get more pressure? Kyler Murray throws. That's caught. It's Rondale Moore, and they will give him the 1st down on that catch. And now they're just at the 50-yard line. Counter play to the right side. It's perfectly picked up. This time Hunt has a gain of 15, and that one puts him over 100 yards on the game. And now they're just outside of field goal range here. Murray under pressure throws across to the right side, and that's Kasey Burton in coverage again. Could not make the play against Rondale Moore. And today Rondale Moore is getting the best of the rookie. Here's a stretch play to the right side. This is Kareem Hunt who gets stopped. And now it's a crucial 3rd and 5. We can't allow them to convert right here, at least get them to settle for 3. Here's a handoff, and Kareem Hunt is stopped by the rookie Terrell Harvin in the backfield. I'm surprised they ran the football on a 3rd and 5, but Harvin makes the play. What a great play. So here we are down by 10 now. Here's a designed halfback swing pass, and that's not going to work. Only a gain of 1 by Gibson. And now a big, crucial 3rd and 9. We come out here with 4 wide receivers out on the field. Here is pressure right at Waters. He has no time. Matt Hennessy is just getting abused at right guard today, and it just has not been his day. Phillip Waters had no shot getting rid of that football. We actually line up to go for it here. It's a 4th and 17, last game of the season. I mean, why not? We just got to do something here. But more pressure, almost intercepted, and Phillip Waters will turn it over. That was definitely not his fault. We obviously had a 3rd and very long. We could have, 4th and very long. We could have punted it, but instead we decided to go for it. But on the next drive, the Cardinals answer quickly for the touchdown. And I look over to the edge, and I'm like, what is going on? Where's our defense? Bryce Hall is just absolutely hemmed up by Marquise Hollywood Brown. That's kind of embarrassing, to be honest with you. Here is Waters, though. This could be his final drive of the season. He takes off right there, and he gets to the 33. 3rd and 4, down by multiple scores. The pressure gets to Waters again, and he just has no time. It's now 4th and 4, and I'm sure the Cardinals will send some more pressure on this play. Let's see if they do. They do. They send the dogs this time. Waters throws, incomplete. He misses the rookie, and that will do it for the Houston Oilers season. We end up losing this one 41-17 in the end. Just wasn't a great showing here from the entire team. It seems like our defense couldn't make stops. Our offense couldn't move the football, at least through the air, because of the pressure. And once you get down in games, you kind of have to stop. I don't want to say stop running the football, but you don't run the football as much. But Gibson still ran nuts, 18 for 152. But he did have over 200 yards total in this game, along with that touchdown grab he had in the first quarter. And then our defense played actually pretty badly today. We did get a couple of sacks, but I mean, nothing to be too excited about. Washington only gets credited for 1 sack after those 2 half sacks. We just get 2 tackles for loss, so that does count for something. But hopefully it could be enough to, obviously propel us for that Rookie of the Year voting. I guess we'll have to see. But now that season 2 has come to an end, we can start talking the offseason and what our plans are as far as building this team up. We finished 8-9. Last year we were 9-8, so we actually regressed a little bit. But I would say it wasn't, too big of a difference. I mean, we were still last in points given up. So our defense is still not there yet. We did add Micah Hyde, and he might finish probably 2 in defensive player of the year. I guess best cornerback in the AFC. But I guess we'll have to see next episode when we go over the season, a little recap, just looking at what we're looking to do in the offseason, kind of talk about that. But I'm kind of happy with, kind of the final 8 games. I wasn't expecting to go on a run. I also wasn't expecting to lose every game. Like, I thought we were going to be competitive, and I always want to be competitive. And after that quarterback switch from DTR to Philip Waters, I definitely saw a bit of a difference, but it wasn't like a huge catastrophic difference at quarterback. I think DTR basically got flustered a lot, and it just basically when he missed one, he started missing all of the throws. And that's something that Philip Waters didn't necessarily do. He made good throws, but he was just under pressure all the time. And he's kind of not that quarterback that's going to win games with his arm. So in the offseason, I mean, there are options. Logan Harrington is an option. He was drafted by the Chargers in season 1's draft. We could definitely trade for him. And then there are options in the draft, and I'm going to look at all options, to be honest with you. But I think one thing's clear. We need a franchise quarterback. And it may not have been, Waters' fault or maybe even DTR's fault, but I need more. I just need more. We have Patrick Mahomes, Bernard McMichael, who's going to win Rookie of the Year this year, and then Justin Herbert. I mean, you talk about 3 great quarterbacks in the division. You do need that guy to go toe-to-toe with them, throughout the regular season, because these are the teams we're going to play twice a year. We have to be able to beat them. So that's going to do it here for season 2, and I will talk more about, our plans in the offseason and everything next episode. So I'm excited for that. I've been waiting for that for a while now because I'm just excited to see how the draft will go, who will be our stars of the future, and who will be available in free agency. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. The recap next one. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still trying to fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on.